Hello, hello and welcome to Conrad Seidel's Beer of the Week. This week's beer is a very traditional one, St. Peter's Old Style Porter. And as you can see, it's all very old style, starting with the bottle. It's an American style bottle of the, I think, 1780s. That was the style of bottles that was used for bottling beer at a time when bottles were rare and bottled beer was very, very expensive. Well, thinking of the 18th century, all beer was quite expensive at that time, and it was because of the high tax that was on beer that the style porter was invented in the 18th century. They used to mix some old ale with young ale. So this mariage, this blend, would be a bit cheaper than if you only had old ale. And the porter style was probably invented because the name was given to a beer that was going ad porta, out of the door. So these London porters, they continued to be popular during 18th, 19th century, almost disappeared in the 20th century, but then breweries like St. Peter's sort of rediscovered the style. And now we get a beer that is brewed true to a traditional recipe from old ale and young ale. And see how it pours. It's a very, very dark, reddish brown. See how all the foam builds up here. And we empty the bottle to the last drop. So here got a beer. Very, very roasty on the nose, very intense, roasty aroma with an underlying hoppiness. It's the same what we get when you sample the beer. It starts off roasty, has some dense maltiness, and then the bitterness sets in. It's Challenger and Goldings hops, so the dominant hop is probably the Goldings, which is an English hop. So it's a traditional English beer. Very big mouthfeel, very subtle hoppiness, and also this roastiness that's also there in the finish. So it's complex. It's a nice, robust beer, refreshing in the start, but giving more and more complexity. And for me, it's the ideal beer if you have a steak and kidney pie. Wonderful beer with that. And if you can't get a steak and kidney pie, try to get a porter, because that's even more important. And enjoy it, drink responsibly, and join me next week for another Conrad Seidel's Beer of the Week. Cheers. Now that's a beer, huh?